Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm JC.
And I'm Olivia.
And, oh, you were eating snacks, and now I'm hungry. I have a pickup order. I have been seeing, like, the Jimmy John's, like, or not Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, like, viral pregnancy sandwich.
Yep.
And so I ordered it, because they do have gluten-free subs there.
Yeah. And you can make any sub into a bowl.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, into, like, a salad.
I just did the gluten-free sub, so we'll see if it's good. But it's good. Yeah, basically it's like a BLT with like cheese, banana peppers, pickles. They do like oregano and then olive oil something on it.
Because it's like the Mike's way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen those things where it's like, you know, and then tell Mike to have his way with it. You know, when they do all this.
That
like,
sounds so bad.
Yeah. Like, and you know what? Tell Mike to just do whatever he wants.
That's
it's
funny.
like, do you want it Mike's way?
It's weird that that's not like on the app where you could just click Mike's way, because you have to go in and like actually customize it.
Oh, really? That is interesting.
You would think
maybe
they would have
because of all the spoof of like people being like, tell Mike to just
have his way with it.
They're like, yeah, we're done with it. It's over.
We're done. Yes, I'm excited to try that.
You have to let me know how it is, because I have seen that, and I love like super. I don't know. I love banana peppers.
Yeah,
and, like,
I'm not a big sandwich girly, but I feel like I'll try it.
In the warmer months, I feel like a sandwich just hits.
Yes.
I mean, know, it's nostalgic.
Watching them do like, these girls are like, watch me pack my whatever picnic for the Italy coast, and they're like making the sandwiches on like focaccia bread and
like Americans or Italians.
I think it's Italians. They look so good.
Nice.
I mean, they're in Italy. I don't know who exactly these TikTokers are.
They're not actually talking then? Or like
no, usually it's just like a behind the, like, it's just like an aesthetic video.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But,
well, speaking of Italy, we're going to be talking about vacations today.
I thought you were going to be like, I'm going to Italy. I was like, I'm so jealous. I was trying to convince Cole to plan a trip when our daughter is 6 months old to go to the Maldives, and he was like, how about Florida? And I was like, I suppose I'll settle for Florida.
Like, just get me out of here when it's cold, please.
But yes, vacay. I'm curious what traveling with children will be like. In my head, it shouldn't be that bad, but we'll see.
I mean, I think it is what you make it. But sometimes, like, we just went on this trip to Omaha, which was a 5.5-hour drive, and the hardest part was just like Ellen in the car.
That's a long drive too.
Yeah, and to like, I was just kept having to hand her stuff to try to keep her entertained. Eventually, like, she kind of was just like, oh, I'm not getting out of here. And she just kind of started sucking her thumb, looking out the window or watching whatever Grant was doing. But yeah, and then she actually slept pretty good or went to bed. That's always been our problem when we travel, is like, it's not their environment. So they have a hard time going to sleep, but both kids slept really good. I mean, she didn't sleep good. Like, she woke up a couple of times, but she went to sleep and was able to, like, she didn't feel uncomfortable in the environment.
I do think there's something about like town kids who don't spend a lot of time in cars.
Yeah.
Where like, even like me and my siblings, we all grew up like a good 30 minutes out of town.
Yeah.
So like, we just spent, I feel like, more time in cars.
Yeah.
Or like Lauren, one of my friends, she'll specifically like drive through the night. So like, if she's going out to the hills, which is like a 5-hour drive to go see her family, like, she'll leave at night. That way he sleeps.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I mean, it's smart.
That
my
could
parents
be
used
smart.
to do that.
Yeah.
For like long trips, we would
start at night. And yeah, if it works.
I mean, I get tired, so. Especially in the car when it's dark.
I do too.
Like,
I'm a good car sleeper.
Not be safe for my kids to do that, so.
I mean, as long as Adam's awake.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Yes. The driver.
Yeah. We're up snoozing with the kids. I mean, we're the ones, you would have to take care of the kids the next day, so.
Yeah.
You got to sleep when they're sleeping.
I was talking to Cole about that. I was like, were you a good, like, traveler when you were little? And he was like, no, I was terrible at sleeping in the car. And I was like, hopefully our kids get my genetics, because I get in a car and just the thought of, like, being on the road, I'm like...
You're like that in planes, too. You're just a sleepy traveler.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know, the rhythm of the road, or... I don't know, get a Dave Ramsey podcast on, and I'm out. I listened to like the first 30 minutes, and I was like,
on the way to Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
I just realized I have like a knot in my hair right there, so that's got to be fixed later.
That's annoying.
Yes. Anyways, so basically we're just going to be talking about vacations, since that's coming up, vacation season for a lot of people. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. And I mean, I thought of a few, but I feel like I've told the Italy bidet one on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Where I thought it was a foot bath. So if you want to hear that story, I'd send a different one. I can't remember. We've done a travel one before and probably was.
It might have been also when I did my Italy recap one. Maybe you were talking about it in that one.
No, I think you did your Italy recap with Ashlyn. And I wasn't. I was postpartum with Grant. So you and Ashlyn did that.
Oh. I don't remember that.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and listen.
Well, if you guys didn't remember it either, go find it.
I feel like we've done a travel like horror stories before.
Yes, I think we have now that you say that.
Yeah. But, so I've told that one. I don't know if I told the one where I got sick traveling home from Baku, which is where my sister lived for a time. And so after Italy, we went over there to visit them. And when we were leaving, I just started feeling really sick in the airport. And we had to ride like this little bus thing out to the airplane. And as soon as we got off of that, I threw up.
Oh, no.
And then, yeah. And I threw up a few more times. But basically, I just like, we were in the Istanbul airport then for a layover. And I just was like zonked on chairs laying there. I mean, it was like my grandpa was sitting there, but I didn't even know the whole time. Like, my sister had started her period and didn't have anything for it. Oh. So she's in a foreign airport we're with my grandparents, and her and my grandma are going around trying to find out where they can get
like
tampons.
Find tampons,
yeah, and like having to try to talk to people. Eventually, she did find some, but it's like,
I mean, you would think they'd be
through the whole thing.
Decently easy to find in an airport.
Yeah, it was just the language barrier, I guess, turned out to be.
That's
and
true.
Where we were was like a terminal where there wasn't access to like shops or whatever.
Oh,
we would have
weird.
had to like I don't know. It was super weird. Emma could explain it better, but yeah, I just remember because I think they went into like a duty free, but that didn't have like that kind of stuff. It just has, like luxury items and stuff.
It wasn't like just like the grab gum and like some chips.
Yeah,
like
so they were
those
trying to
ones.
find like that, but the terminal we were in didn't have it anyways. I slept through all of it, and
yikes.
Yeah,
we were just like, did you get like
I got
food
like
poisoning or just like
something? I don't remember if anyone like if Kelly or her family had gotten sick or if it was just from something I had eaten the day before.
Wait, where did they live?
Baku.
Azerbaijan. What country is that?
Azerbaijan.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go do some Googling.
Yeah.
Were they doing missionary work at the time?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or they were like teaching over there.
Oh.
I don't know how much they say or whatever about it. I mean, they're not there anymore, so it's safe, right?
Interesting. Oh, yeah. Like if you're in China, you have to say like, oh, I'm here teaching. Like you can't say that you're like doing mission work.
Yeah. Like they would say that they were teaching and he was playing basketball and that kind of stuff. And,
interesting.
Yeah. And then another vacation story was just that I had thought of was when I got really badly sunburned. We were in Pensacola for my, again, sister Emma's graduation, and we had rented a beach house. And I remember just really wanting my legs to get tan, but I didn't want to get burned. So I had like an umbrella over the front half, but my legs were sticking out. And I was just reading a book on the beach. And I thought that I had like reapplied sunscreen. I was fried. Just the front half of my legs. Toast. Like to the point where I sent someone to the grocery store. And my brother Levi, he burns easy all the time. So he got really burnt too. Because he was just playing in the water or whatever. And it was like the first, graduation's like in May. So it was like the first thing we had done out in the sun. And anyways, yeah, we both had there's like a certain tea that you can get and you soak in and it's supposed to help with the pain or whatever. I meant to Google it to refresh my memory. But anyways, they went to the grocery store and got us that so that we could take
tea baths.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Soaked in a tea bath and then a bunch of aloe and everything. I just remember it being really sad because it was like the first day. And so then after that it was like, okay, I had like a towel over my leg if I was outside at all or I was in the water. Yeah. Which is fine because I like, the water's great. But
that was Cole and I in Mexico. Mostly Cole. He literally spent an entire day just in the room sleeping because of his sunburn.
Yeah. That's like on our honeymoon. Adam also got burnt the first excursion, which he just sat in the shade when we were outside or whatever, or stayed all the way in the water. Yeah. He was in the water, which the sun can still get you in the water.
Oh, yeah.
So you just have
to... You can also burn on a cloudy day.
Yeah. It's almost intensified.
We were actually talking about, not to turn this into a sunburn story, but we were talking about like Aquaphor or something the other day, and I was like, yeah, don't use it on your lips because it like makes you burn more than you would just without it. Like,
because that happened to you, right?
Yeah, during the 4th of July, like 4 years ago, I absolutely fried my lips, and they were so swollen, and then they got like blistery and bloody. They were disgusting. Like I looked like I had an illness. Leprosy or something. It was disgusting.
Sunburn can ruin a really good time on vacation.
Which normally I don't burn, so that's why
you gotta Mexico be careful of those threw me off. Things. Yeah, and your first time out in the sun for the year, and with
when you're pregnant, I know we talked about that.
Sensitive skin, but yeah. Okay, so let's get into some other people's vacation horror stories. I'm gonna start with this one because it's kind of a banger. Anyways, we went to Thailand, and so this is like someone's story from a while ago. But anyways, okay, we went to Thailand and were picked up at the airport by a guy who we thought was from our hotel. In retrospect, it was unbelievably obvious and stupid, but we weren't experienced travelers then. Anyways, we were standing together as a family, waiting for our pickup. He was late. My parents were arguing. My husband was nervous. I was flipping through pages of my reservations looking for the hotel's phone number. And someone must have said my name loudly, and the guy must have overheard. He was dressed neatly, black polo, black pants like a valet, decent English, friendly. He came over. Wedding Ellie? Party of 4? Hotel pickup? Ah, yes. Just confirm for me which hotel. And I showed him my reservation like a total dummy. Oh, no. And he improvised from there. Between the language barrier and jet lag, I wasn't thinking straight. We got into the car, neat, newish black sedan. He drove us for like 15 minutes before we ended up in some random alley. He started yelling at us to get out. 2 more young guys were in the alley, opened the doors on both sides, forced us out. Honestly, it all happened in moments, like 1 minute regular street, next minute we're standing in an alley, 3 Thai guys all shouting at us at once. Anyways, they didn't even have guns. One guy had a knife, but it was completely terrifying. Originally they wanted us all to strip, not just the women, all of us. Why, I have no idea. I don't want to think about it. But my husband and my dad looked particularly murderous at that and ready to fight it out, and they saw it and instead immediately shifted gears to taking our jewelry, wallets, passports, phones. They drove off with our luggage still in the trunk. In retrospect, I've always wondered if it was a strategy, start with a scary, horrible demand and leave your victim almost grateful to be handing you their stuff. You know, like change your mind.
Yeah.
It all happened in like minutes, and there were literally penniless, phoneless, ID-less in an hour after getting off the plane. We ended up cutting short our trip. Basically, as soon as we got our temp travel docs, we left. That turned out to be a blessing because we left Christmas Eve of 2004 For us, it was like we flew home, slept a long night, woke up, turned on the news, and it was all about the tsunami. So if they had stayed, they would have been in the tsunami that happened.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I'd just be like, how do you find the U.S. Embassy?
Yeah, like from where, like you're stranded.
Yeah, you have no idea where you're at. Oh my gosh, that's so freaky.
Maybe she still had the papers to be able to like find the hotel. I don't know. That's crazy though.
Yikes.
And so be careful when you're traveling.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And in 2004, like, you didn't really, like.
That was also like 22 years ago.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, yeah, I just thought it was crazy that it ended up saving them from being there when the tsunami happened. I did see that someone commented on it. Was like, do you think that your robbers died in the tsunami? I was like,
do you think your passport was damaged in the water? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, this one says, the week before my wedding, my mom confided in me that she was going to leave my dad. Oh my gosh. That's traumatic.
Yeah.
My wedding day was the last day I've seen them in the same room together, as she left him the day after I got married. My dad flipped out and spent my whole honeymoon calling me and leaving voicemails of him sobbing. Was one of the worst weeks of my life.
Your honeymoon's supposed to be so special. I get that the dad's going through a hard time, but like suck it up for a week.
Also, like that mom has to hate her.
Yeah,
like
seriously,
that's so.
Hey, honey, you're getting married.
I'm gonna make your
love is so great, but like
I'm gonna make your whole wedding pre-week and after week about me.
Yeah,
selfish.
Very.
That's terrible.
Yeah. On a happier note. In 1998, underneath the Eiffel Tower, my friend started talking to the guy behind us in line. Turns out he was also from our hometown. We ended up all spending the day together. Long story short, he and I have now been married almost 25 years. Took our 2 kids back to Paris in 2022 and stood right where we met. They are so sick of that story.
Oh, that just gave me little goosebumps. That's so cute, though.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like that happens all the time when I'm traveling. Like, you meet someone that's from, like, oh yeah, I live, like, okay, good example, when I was in Mexico, I'm sitting at the pool and there was a wedding happening, and there's this couple sitting next to me. Cole was playing volleyball or something, and they were like obviously watching the wedding, and I was kind of, I can't remember if I said something or if they said something, because she was like, oh, can I move closer to you? And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's fine. And she was like, we're just trying to watch the ceremony and see how they set stuff up. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I was like, are you guys getting married here? And she was like, yeah, we are in November. I was like, oh, that's really fun. I was like, where are you guys from? And she's like, South Dakota. And I was like, I'm from Aberdeen. And she's like, oh my gosh, we live in Sioux Falls. Oh. And just like, what are the odds I'm there at a, like, in Mexico, there for a wedding, at a resort, and there's a couple that's like lives 3 hours from me. Yeah. And like all this stuff. She's like, oh my gosh, I'll go follow you on Instagram. Like, it was just like,
you're like, book me.
Yeah. I'm like,
you're booked in, or baby in November. So.
Can I bring my 2-month-old?
Yeah.
She'd be September, October. Okay, 3. Yeah. Can I bring my 3-month-old along? But yeah, so it's just wild how you like end up meeting people on vacation that like live so close to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. Another honeymoon one. It was my honeymoon, and we were camping at a secluded spot near Mammoth Caves. I cut my finger on a can of beans, and when I went to get out the first aid kit, I passed out. When I passed out, I landed on my face and slid about 8 feet on gravel down the mountain.
Yikes.
This time,
after the wedding?
Yeah. This time when I came to, my husband was trying to help me. He said that I could use some stitches, and I passed out again.
She's not good with blood.
No. Well, this would be me. Worst part was when I came home a few days early, the people house sitting were just chilling, no problem. Then I found my toothbrush used in the shower.
Ew. Why did you not have your toothbrush with you?
This is a very chaotic.
Yeah.
So many things to unpack here. Also, do you know where Mammoth Caves are?
Yeah. I do, because I've been. I think it's like in Kentucky. I'm gonna go
okay.
Double check.
I would just be like, my face. I don't want to sound vain when I say this, but like anywhere else.
Yeah, South Central Kentucky.
Okay, interesting.
It's a national park, so we went with our whole family, but with my grandparents one time.
Yeah, anything, and I've actually had stitches on my face. Well, I've had super glue and stitches on my face.
Oh.
But I'm like, can you just hurt something else? Like,
so sensitive.
Yeah.
And then also scars and stuff. The only stitches I've had were on my legs when I got bit by a dog.
Oh.
I was little. Speaking of Mammoth Caves, we went whitewater rafting when we were there.
Oh,
I think it was there. We kind of traveled abouts, and I hated it. No surprise. I'm not like
You're not a huge adventure girly.
Yeah,
like,
adrenaline junkie. No, thank you. You're supposed to like sit on the edge, you know, when you're whitewater
which
rafting.
Seems so odd to me.
Yeah, I was like in the boat, and I remember that our like guide at the time, I thought he was like so cute or whatever. Of course, I feel like they kind of do that, you know, get the cute.
Yes.
And on the other boat, the guy was like, our guide was like, it's fine, just leave her. I wasn't doing anything to help anyways. I was like,
she's just existing.
Meanwhile,
here.
My little brothers, Levi and Makai, were like, rah!
Let's go. That's what my cousin does. She does whitewater rafting guides in Colorado all summer.
It's impressive.
I know. I don't think I would enjoy it, but kudos to her.
Yeah. Okay. Walking out of the bathroom. So these are kind of embarrassing vacation stories too. Walking out of the bathroom in Paris in the Arc de Triomphe. I was going at a pretty good clip, then bam, straight into a floor-to-ceiling glass partition. It made a huge sound, almost knocked me over, and I had a mark on my forehead for a few hours. After I staggered for a few steps, I looked at it both confusingly and accusingly. I bet it happens a lot. It was very clean glass.
I could see that.
I would have died laughing if I had
especially
seen that
you're
happen.
Just like not paying attention sometimes.
And you don't know where you are really or what's around.
Also, if you haven't traveled in Europe, you might not know that you have to like typically pay to use public restrooms. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time, I can't remember if this was in Germany. I'm trying to remember where this was. But I like didn't have the right change, and you had to use like specific change. You couldn't like put a 2-piece euro in and like it give you one back.
Oh.
And so I'm like standing there like trying to find a freaking euro and cannot get into this bathroom, and I had to like pee so bad.
Oh my gosh.
And finally this lady was like, here, and she like put one in for me, and I was like, thank you. I was about to jump this barricade.
Yeah.
Like,
it is so crazy that you have to pay to use the bathrooms.
I mean, but they are a lot cleaner.
Yeah, because probably fewer people use them.
Also, one time I was leaving, I don't think this was the exact same time, because this was in like a restaurant. Because if you eat at the restaurant or get food at there, then you can use their restroom for free. But I literally just like left my purse and my phone in the bathroom and like walked out. And I'm like washing my hands, and the girl goes in there behind me, and she was like, is this yours? And I was like, oh yeah. And I'm like, thank goodness she was honest.
Nice. Yeah,
she could have just stole my money.
Yeah. No, I remember having to pay to use the bathroom when we were in Cozumel, and like the water was like so intense. I was like, I'm not going in the ocean. And first of all, it was like our honeymoon, and I bought new bathing suits or whatever, but I hadn't tried them on before, and so I was like, it's kind of loose. If I go in that water, it's coming off. And so Adam and we had to find a bathroom, and then we had to pay for me to use the bathroom. It was annoying, but
just cause, do they have toilets that flush, or like, is it like a?
I think it was kind of a touristy beach.
Cause I'm trying to remember in Cancun, there's like a little, it's like Isla. I can't think of the name of it, but the whole basically like. They flush, but you can't flush anything except for what comes out of your body. So like any toilet paper, nothing has to go in the trash can. Their bathroom stunk so bad.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Gross.
Yeah, not a fan. Yeah. When traveling solo in Vietnam, I boarded a public ferry in the lower Delta. I noticed that everyone on board was white and dressed kind of fancy, but I figured it was just Europeans traveling in Southeast Asia. Then, 15 minutes into the ride, someone started pouring champagne and passing it around to the passengers. I was impressed with the service on a public ferry. The person pouring champagne got to me and gave me a puzzled look as I reached for a glass. It was then that I realized I was on a private boat. We had a good laugh, and they dropped me off at the next public ferry dock.
Can you imagine? You're just like, why is everyone wearing white? Huh.
Oh my gosh.
Just Europeans. They're all together.
That would be so wild.
I would be so embarrassed.
I always talk about doing stuff like that. Like, you just hop on wherever, or like crash a wedding.
Yeah, but you like are intentionally doing it.
Yeah, I can't imagine like accidentally doing it, being like, oh crap. What did I feel like I would make friends though, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, stay on.
Yeah.
Would you like to come to wherever with us? And I'd be like, this is what dreams are made of.
This is what dreams. Okay. I'm a redhead with a good amount of freckles. I was on a small island in the Caribbean taking the locals bus, and the driver kept looking at me in the mirror. Eventually, he started telling me that he had an excellent remedy for my disease and could make a stop by his cousin's house to pick up some herbs if I'd like. I was confused, but at that point, all the other passengers began chiming in with the best way for me to get rid of the spots on my face. Freckles. One suggested that the spots were a fungus from eating rotten fish. Very humbling experience and very embarrassing. Poor freckled redhead.
Oh my goodness.
Like, do I look that horrible?
Where was this again?
Caribbean.
Oh my gosh.
An island in the Caribbean.
That's funny. That's terrible though. From eating rotten fish.
Yeah, gross. Like,
ew.
Has that happened to someone around you before?
Yeah. These are all good.
Yeah.
I liked these.
Give us a little laugh. Hopefully you guys got a little chuckle too. Thanks to people for sharing your stuff on the internet so that we can be humored by it.
Right? We love a good internet story.
Yes.
Yeah, traveling can just be so interesting. Like good and bad.
Yeah.
I think you can choose to see the good in a lot of things, but also there are some experiences that just are not good.
Yeah.
But
at least we have,
if you love traveling, you'll
keep
power
going.
through.
Yeah.
And laugh it off, hopefully.
Yes.
Like when the girl tried to steal all my coins out of the machine in Italy. The little when you were buying train tickets.
Oh,
and
she
you
tried
put
to
your money and she'd take the change and run. It was like a scam. Yeah. There's a lot of scams out there.
I feel like I remember listening to you guys talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Fun times.
Well, if you guys want to hear about that again, you can go back and listen to it.
Yes.
Her
maybe
Italy
we'll
recap.
go to Italy together someday.
Yeah.
When our children are like older and we can have more Italy stories.
When we can convince our husbands to go.
I know. I was telling Cole, I was like, there are certain places I would go back to, and I was like, if he wanted to go to Italy, I would go.
I would go back to Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also want to go to Iceland. That's on my list.
I think Adam would be more apt to go to Iceland because it's more nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Anywho, thank you guys for listening. Go and watch it on YouTube. Share it with your friends and family. Yeah. I feel like most people like to watch on YouTube, actually.
Yeah.
They say they like to see our faces.
Although today's a bad hair day for me, so I apologize, YouTube. Got ready in a rush. Had to get the kids out the door.
She was bombing.
Yep, that's what my shirt says. Mama.
That's cute. Okay, see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.